Hello again, this is Jeff Warsinger with Cajun Cash Flow Marketing. We're about to get into our series about Profit Center Consulting. The very first thing we're going to talk about today is going to be credit card processing, which is our core product that we offer to merchants. Let me give you some of the pros and cons of credit card processing. Generally, about 40% of all Americans have at least a credit card or debit card. And most spending is done through credit cards and debit cards. You can shop in retail settings, you can shop online, you can reserve automobiles, hotels, tickets for airline travel, as well as book things in advance. And all these require that you have a means of using the credit card to transact business. Today we're going to just kind of spend some time talking about the single solo terminal, and these terminals are placed on the counters at most locations, and where you hand your credit card or personally swipe it through a swiper. And in some cases there's electronical where you can just pass your card through. But what these terminals are by design, what they do is transact business and in most cases give out receipts. Most of our clients who we talk to or deal with or in the market for a credit card terminal, they are pretty common. One of the ones I just want to talk about just briefly, I'm going to do as much as I can to stay away from naming providers. Because these are general terminals that are well known. Just to give you some pointers, if you are a merchant and you're watching this, most providers, about 80% of providers, provide free terminal equipment. There's no need to lease equipment these days. There was a time where you did lease it, and most do require you to have to adhere to an agreement where you're going to process with them for a minimum of 36 months. You do want to be aware that if you stop processing with them at that juncture, within your contract, they have the right to charge you the remaining. So let's say you get a contract for 36 months and you're going to pay about an average about $20, $25 a month in processing fees. And let's say you get it and say a year later, for various reasons, you just choose not to, or someone comes in and say, I can make you a better deal. You got to be aware that they are going to withdraw the balance of that 24 months time, that $25. So we're talking about $600 that'll be withdrawn from your account to solve that bill, even though you send the terminal back. And if you did do a lease, then you still have the remaining time on that lease for leases in general and not accelerated, or you can pay them off early. So be cognizant of that. Several of the providers that we represent here at Cajun Cash Flow Marketing LLC do not have termination fees. And the equipment is still free for the usage. You will sign an agreement saying once you no longer is processing with us, that you will return the equipment to an agent of the company and or send it back directly to the company. So there's no processing fees, no early termination fees, and you can sign an agreement with us on our primary carriers to that effect. So keep that in mind. That is a big benefit. Now, if you are processing upwards of anywhere from $3,500 to above, we also have a company that will pay off those fees I told you about earlier, early termination fees. So be aware of that as a means, and you want to be able to get that in writing as well from any provider who approaches you about switching over, because these are all businesses and they are by design to make money. So just a real simple summary of what we're talking about is the single terminal that is placed on a counter or is part of your computer system. You swipe the card. You, in some cases, if it's a debit card, which is different from a credit card, you would put in a PIN number, personal identification number, and that makes sure that transaction is secure. You can also use these here terminals to do other things that are profit center oriented that I will get into at another setting. So we want to ask you to again look at what you're currently doing. If you are conscious of your fees being high and would like an alternative, you will find a website that you can go to that one of our representatives and get an overall interview. We do guarantee the lowest rates on the market, and if we can't beat your rates, there's a $250 guarantee that will be paid to you. Again, we at Cajun Cash Market look forward to doing business with business owners. This is a way in which you can have profit in areas that you may or may not be using currently. Like I said, 40% of U.S. Citizens have a debit or credit card, and most transactions can be handled with credit cards or debit cards as if there were cash. Look forward to doing business with you and have a great day.